currently I am dealing with a situation where a person that broke up with me wants to have a conversation with me. For the first time in my life, I felt this guttural, biological, human nature urge to be a messy 20-something that meets up with her ex. I am a firm believer in flush the pills down the toilet. Like, if you're trying to quit an addiction, you do not leave the pills in a little tiny cabinet in the back of your drawer. No, you flush that stuff down the toilet. I met up with him, and I have an explanation. Okay? I feel such shame around wanting a relationship. Katie, but you're a strong, independent woman. You shouldn't want to be with somebody. But also, that's exactly how we're wired, to desire intimacy. I hate the fact that I want that. I hate the fact that I want another person in my life. That's so embarrassing to admit to myself. I don't know why. I recently read Emrata's memoir, Nobody Could Have Prepared Me for how freaking heartbreaking it is, and many, many, many trigger warnings. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness I'm in therapy. If I had read that book any earlier than where I am right now, I would not be okay. She talks about how she often represses her feelings, especially anger, because feelings such as anger are pointers to the truth, and she doesn't want to know the truth. Therefore, she ignores the arrow entirely. And I feel like I have just taught myself to ignore the arrow that desires intimacy or is sad when an intimate thing is lost. I am scared of that truth. The way that I've been working on it is Brene Brown talks a lot about shame storms and how shame thrives in secrecy, shame thrives in darkness. The moment that you speak it to somebody else, it loses like so much power. Another thing is when we get sick and we have 103-degree fever, we are not like, body, why the frick are you? No, we cancel all our plans, we take a few meds, and we lie in bed and we nap. And nap and nap and nap. Why is that not the same when we are afflicted mentally by sadness or grief? Freaking let your body sweat it out and it'll be fine. With that being said, it's been 1 week since I filmed the first part of this video and I met up with him. But don't be rolling your eyes at me like that. Everybody has that fantasy of when you see your ex for the first time, you're glammed up head to toe, got a new boo on your arm, you have zero feelings. That is obviously how I wanted to come off too. So I was like, I don't want to have this conversation because he's gonna realize I'm still healing. We don't want him to know that. But after going and speaking about it in therapy, unpacking why I didn't want to have the conversation, I decided that I want to take a step toward the version of myself that is honest and knowing how to communicate even when one is emotional, not pretending to be somebody I'm not, which is a bad bitch that has totally moved on. Learning to be consciously a good communicator while holding emotions at the same time, like learning to be logical and emotional at the same time in front of a person that has wronged you, which any person that you love will wrong you. It was a crazy crash course into, oh, this is what they're talking about, like healthy communication. So this was a very cool conversation that I'm really glad that I agreed to be a part of, even though it was terrifying. Do I have any new thoughts about being sad and single? I think singleness is a season where you are just pulling away the layers of all of the wounds and the baggage that you didn't know you had. I don't know what lessons you need to learn. Maybe it's learning to let go of control, letting somebody in, relying on somebody, communicating hard things for a people pleaser and a confrontation phobic person, me. Having a hard conversation with somebody that it didn't work out with was a huge level up. And so something in this season is definitely sharpening you and attuning you to become the type of person for whatever type of relationship you're aspiring to have. There is a time and there's a season for everything. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance. There's a time to be single and a time to be cuffed. If there's one season that exists, the other season also exists. So we're all in this together as we know, la la la.